Ollie got a call from his friend, the wizard. Same one that had that magic shop downtown. It was a funny magic shop because it had... Shh. Elsa? Yes, Max. It had, magician tricks, like illusionist tricks, like, trick coins and things like that. But he also had real magic items because he was also a legit wizard. He enjoyed the dichotomy of it. Anyway, he called Ollie because he had a new, real magical item. But he couldn't figure it out. I said, Ollie, there's a riddle. There's a riddle on it. And I've tried my best, but I can't crack it. Well, I said, all right, I can come down this afternoon. Said, great. Remind me, you like your coffee? I said, black. And yeah, that'd be great. I love a coffee. I'll text you on my way. I said, okay. So that afternoon, Ollie made his way down to the shop. It was down in, what's the neighborhood called? Lexington Market, basically. So I sent a text when he was getting on the bus, headed that way. He got off the bus. He came into the shop, and there was an old bell on the door that rang when someone came through. And so it's a ding, 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 ding. And Max came around the corner, and he was wearing a big fancy wizard's robe. It was sort of a reddish purple. And on the collars and along the hem on the bottom, on the cuffs, were silver stars. It was a cool looking outfit. He said, Ollie, good to see you. Let's see, here is your coffee. And with a flourish of his hand, Max apparated a cup of coffee on a saucer on its hand. Ollie picked it up cautiously. Is it real coffee, Max? I said, it is. It is. Pretty good stuff, too. I took a sip, and he was right. It was good coffee. I said, all right, so is this one a trick, or is this real magic? Max said, in my line of work, it's better not to say. Ollie was happy with the coffee and decided to let that slip. So I said, so Max, let it slide, rather. So Max, what's going on? I said, well, I got this magic mirror. I bought it on the private market, shall we say. And supposedly, it can transport you anywhere that you might like to go. Anywhere that you might like to go, as long as you've been there before, it can take you there. But here's the thing. I've had it here in my shop for a couple of weeks, and I can't figure it out. While they were talking, they'd been walking to where the mirror was, and so by that time they were standing in front of it. Shh. Oh, yes, it did. Legs down, honey. Ingrid, seriously. I looked at it, and there was some writing along the left side, and then the top, and then the right side. I said, so the writing seems to be a clue. I bet you figured that out already, though. And I said, yes, indeed. The writing is a riddle. That's the riddle. It says roughly, it's translated from sort of an obscure dialect of Greek, but it says roughly, what is the best way to learn something new? Or another alternative translation would be, what do you say when you want to learn? It's the meaning somewhere in between the two. It's not a language I'm an expert in myself. But those are the translations that I've gotten so far. I said, huh. So how do you enter your answer? I said, this one, it's analog. You look yourself in the mirror, in the eye, in the mirror, and say your answer. You can try it. If you read the riddle and then give an answer and it's wrong, then, well, you'll see. I said, all right. And so the wizard read the inscription. And then he told Ollie to go and stand in front of the mirror. And Ollie said, teach me? And the mirror flashed red twice, went dark for a second, and then came back to being a normal mirror. I said, huh, that was pretty weird. If you tried, poking into that black when it comes? And it just said, yeah, that was the first thing I tried, but it doesn't seem to go anywhere. I tried poking it with a stick, and it just hits the edge of a mirror. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So Ollie thought, and he thought, and he thought, what question could you ask? We should always learn something. What statement could you make that would make you learn, even if you weren't already an expert? And I thought, and he thought, and he thought some more. And he sat there, sipping his coffee. And Max the wizard made him 2 more cups, because all I did was just sitting there thinking, looking at the mirror. He looked all around the mirror to see if there was any writing anywhere else. And other than a signature on the backside, which I looked up, but there was nothing really. Oh, I thought. He said, Max, there's so little to go on here. Max said, yeah, it's been kind of a problem, yeah. There's not a lot of information about this relic, but if I could get it to work, man, it'd be great. Never get on a plane again. Well, most of the time, not anyway. How do I get it to accept me? Excuse me. I said, well, Max, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I don't know. And just then, the mirror flashed green 3 times. Max looked at the mirror. Ollie looked at the mirror. Except when they looked, they saw something different. Max just saw the room reflected in the mirror. But Ollie, a spell had been cast on him. In the mirror, he saw several other mirrors, portals to other realms, portals to other places, places that Ollie had been. Ollie had to think about it to clear his head, to get rid of this weird vision. And when he was back fully awake again, or aware again, Max was trying to ask him, Ollie, what's going on? Are you all right? I said, oh, yeah, fine. I was just spaced out for a second. Yeah, I saw like a bunch of different portals, I guess. And Max said, oh, you got in somehow. Well, let's think. What did you say? Well, I said, the only thing I can think of that I said was that I don't know. Then the mirror flashed green again. This time I didn't look himself in the eye, and neither did Max. Max sat there and he thought for a second. He said, of course, Ollie. Ollie, you've cracked it. The best way to learn something is to admit that you don't know. That's the advice of the riddle. So when you tell the mirror you don't know, that's when it gives you the access you need. I said, well, I'm willing to try it. I said, sure. So, excuse me. I stood in front of the mirror, And Max read the inscription. And then Ollie said, "I don't know." All of a sudden, he was again transported to that strange realm he'd visited before. And there were doors, mirrors, off to a bunch of different places that had been important in his life. And he picked his apartment. And then, in the blink of an eye, there he was. As soon as he got there, well, 10 seconds after he got there, so he got a call from Max. Max said, "Ollie, that was the most incredible thing. At first, your eyes just went blank. I wasn't sure what was going on, just like it had before. But then, after about, 30 seconds, your whole body just squeezed and contorted and zapped into the mirror. And now here I am, talking to you, and you seem fine. What's going on, Ollie?" And I said, "I don't really know. Something strange going on with the way that people come and go. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. In the meantime, you've got your mirror working." And the magician said, "Yeah, I guess I do. How much do I owe you?" I said, "Well, I'd say that in the end, that was about 3 hours worth of work. So I'll send you a bill." I said, "Thanks, that'd be great." And that was the case of Ollie and the magic mirror.